So I'm actively participating in lots of different online communities, from Reddit to Facebook to Discord, all centered around 3D printing. And I love seeing some of the crazy things that you're doing with your 3D printers. Now, just recently, I saw someone posting over on Reddit about the Elegoo Centauri Carbon, and they wanted to know if they could actually modify this 3D printer so that you could take the spool holder that's on the side of the 3D printer and mount it inside. And with the release of Elegoo Centauri Carbon, they already improved on one of the biggest complaints that I've had with a lot of these Core XY 3D printers, which is most brands have stuck the spools on the back of the 3D printers, which is just incredibly annoying to have to reach around and try and access those. And Elegoo mounted it on the side, which I'm loving. So you just route the filament through the runout sensor and directly into the extruder. So with this mod, it's even taking that a step further by trying to see if we can place that here on the inside of this 3D printer, where there's clearly not a whole heck of a lot of room for a spool to actually fit inside there, but somehow they've managed to get this to work, and we're gonna test it out. And clearly the whole purpose behind this is to try and further minimize the actual footprint of your 3D printer. Maybe you're limited in your space that you have your 3D printer set up. Maybe you're trying to set up a farm where you want multiple of these set up next to each other. This could potentially be a valid option for you. However, I have so many concerns and questions about this that I'm wanting to test out just to see if this will actually work. Like, is the bed gonna crash into the spool while it's mounted on the inside? Or how do I go about swapping out the filament with the bed in the way? Is that even possible? We're gonna test it out and see. The other thing is, because the Centauri Carbon is fully enclosed, that means that while you're printing, the temperature is just gonna remain in here, and it's gonna get fairly warm fairly quickly here. So when it comes to actually printing the parts for this, we're not gonna wanna be printing in PLA. You're gonna be wanting to print with either PETG or something like ASA here, which is gonna allow you to maintain those higher temperatures and not have to worry about your parts warping or sagging or anything like that. So to print these, I'm gonna be printing them in ASA and PETG. The great thing about the Centauri Carbon is there are pre-built out profiles in Elegoo Slicer that I can use for this. I don't have to worry about figuring out what kind of temperatures or anything like that that I need to run these at. The one thing that I will recommend doing that I learned from Mandic Really is that if you're gonna be printing with ASA, and even in some cases with PETG, I like to preheat the printer, meaning I will go on here onto the printer, go to the touch screen, and set it to the bed to preheat at the desired print temperature for about 15 to 20 minutes, just to let the internal temperature maximally warm up so that I don't have to deal with any kind of print bed adhesion issues. Also, let me know in the comments, how do you pronounce PETG, or is it PETG? I always just say PETG, but do you say PETG? I don't know. I guess I pronounce PLA and I don't say PLA. So I guess that makes a little bit more sense if I just call this PETG. All right, first things first, I'm gonna remove the spool holder here on the side. I've also made sure to lower the bed. I can then go through the process of, I'm gonna try removing the post here that holds everything in place. Just as a warning, when removing those bolts here that are screwed in place, I almost stripped one of them trying to get them out, so just be extra careful with that. And this should, I believe, just pop. Yeah, there we go. Pops right out. That's the part that goes on the inside. And after a little bit of work, I was able to rearrange the filament runout sensor onto the inside here, where the filament should feed in here, and then the PTFE tube is in the back, leading up to the extruder, no longer on the outside. Now, technically, I'm able to fit in an Elegoo spool here on the inside, just having this directly mounted using the adapter that they provided. However, there is like almost no clearance whatsoever between the spool and this little mount here and the print bed. Thankfully, the designer of this has created these extension pieces that I've also printed that we're gonna actually bump out the side panel here ever so slightly. That should give us just a little bit more clearance to work with on the internals. So we're gonna remove the screws that hold in the side panel here, and we're gonna end up needing to replace these with slightly longer, I think they're M312 bolts. And there we go. Side panel removed. This is actually pretty ingenious idea to create this little 3D printable frame that actually bumps it out. Yeah, it gives it a few extra millimeters of space there so that we can have just that extra amount of room on the inside for our spool to feed into. All right, then our spool mounts on to the existing pegs here and then secures in place on the outside of the printer. And let's try to get our first spool of filament loaded up here. So I'm gonna try and line this up. It's nice as you can actually view the mounting holes from the outside. So I've got that lined up and now I can just secure the backside to the printer. All right, now let's give this a test. I can't believe this is working. I'm gonna do a home the bed here to make sure nothing's gonna crash. And it is, look at, there is, I mean, there's a little bit of space there. It's a few millimeters, but it clears it. That clearly clears the spool here internally mounted. I honestly am so surprised that that is fitting. And now that we've confirmed that it'll clear the build plate, let's fire up a print and test this out. While this is printing, I want to say a big thank you to today's video sponsor, which is Elegoo, the makers of the Elegoo Centauri Carbon. This is their Core XY fully enclosed, fast and reliable 3D printer that comes in at an amazing price of $300. And since the printer's fully enclosed, you can print with just about any material that you need to print with, anything from PLA to PETG to ASA to TPU. The Centauri Carbon can handle it, and one of the best parts is Elegoo has pre-built out profiles that work with all of these different filaments. And I've had the Centauri Carbon for about 3 months now, and I'm happy to say that it's been printing non-stop and has been incredibly reliable for me. If you're interested in more information about the Elegoo Centauri Carbon or Elegoo's filaments or any of their other 3D printers, you'll obviously find links to those down below. And after 6 hours and 15 minutes, our Batman bust by Wekster has finished printing, and happy to say that the spool mounted internally here has just enough room to fully clear while it's printing. Now, the one thing that I didn't test out, because I didn't want to potentially end up damaging the print or anything like this while it was printing, is actually pausing the print and changing out the spool while it's mid-print here. So I'm gonna fire up another print that we can test this out on. Look at those supports just popping right off. Also, can we just talk about how amazing this bust looks from Wekster off the Centauri Carbon? This was printed at a 0.12 layer height and it just looks crazy crispy clean. All right, this is looking really good and it's well past the midpoint here of passing the bed. So let's give this a pause and try swapping out the filament. Okay. Filament is unloaded. I can untwist the one side. Oh my gosh. I don't think this is gonna work. It's not gonna work. So the spool is mounted. There's little pegs on the inside there and I can't get it. There's not enough clearance for it to actually get off and unload here. So clearly that is the one downside to this, is that you're not gonna be able to swap out the filaments unless, I'm assuming the bed is completely either all the way up or all the way down for you to be able to swap these out. Yeah, as far as I can tell, the only way that you can really swap out the filaments is by having the bed completely down and out of the way, and then you can unload the spool and then swap these out. The other potential benefit of the internally mounted spool here is that this should potentially help continually dry your filament as you're printing, since it's gonna be in a controlled, heated environment versus running it in a separate filament dryer. Now this print mod for sure isn't for everyone, but it is a really unique entry that I was excited to see that someone was attempting, because honestly, this is even something that I considered, that you could try and fit a roll of filament directly on the inside of the printer here, and that it actually works. Now I did run through and test this with some other brands of filament and can confirm this works with about 10 different brands of spools that I tested out here on the machine. And there were only 2 so far that I've run into that would not properly fit within it. And really quickly, there are two other mods that I recommend printing if you have the Centauri Carbon. The first one being this nozzle holder for your spare nozzles. This can be mounted on the side of the 3D printer and is just a great way for you to store your extra nozzles. And the other are these anti-vibration feet that you can print in TPU, and I printed the other part in ASA, and the coolest part is they just snap together. And what I really like about these is that they just slip over the existing feet. But a really cool way to distribute some of the vibrations coming from the 3D printer while it's printing. And clearly this mod is not gonna be for everyone. However, it's definitely something very unique that I have not seen really anyone else attempt, and it's a really cool idea that might just be exactly what someone out there is looking for. And I also want to say a huge thank you to all these Patreon supporters for your continued support of me making videos just like this one here. And you can guarantee that I'm always on the lookout for different ways to modify my 3D printers or just print off some really cool things. Hey, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.